What makes you unique? Is it your eye color, your height, or maybe the way you laugh? The answer lies deep inside every cell of your body. It all starts with DNA, your body's instruction manual, containing the blueprints for everything that makes you, you. DNA is written in a code of 4 chemical letters, A, T, C, and G. These letters are arranged in countless combinations, forming the language of life. These letters form genes, which tell your body how to build everything from your hair to your heart, and even how your body responds to the world around you. Imagine copying this massive manual by hand, page after page, line after line. With so much information, mistakes are bound to happen from time to time. In our cells, these mistakes are called mutations, small or large changes in the DNA sequence that can occur when cells divide or when DNA is damaged. Mutations are like typos in the body's instruction book, sometimes changing a single letter, sometimes adding or removing entire sections. They can happen naturally, passed down from parents or caused by the environment, and are a key reason for the incredible diversity among all living things on Earth. Even a tiny change in DNA can alter how a protein is made, sometimes affecting how our bodies work. Some mutations are harmless, others can cause disease, and a few can even offer advantages. Some mutations drive evolution, helping species adapt and survive in changing environments over millions of years. These changes are happening all the time, everywhere in nature, shaping the living world in ways we are only beginning to understand. Understanding mutations helps us unlock the mysteries of life itself, from health and disease to the story of evolution. So let's explore where these DNA typos come from, what they do, and how our bodies handle them, sometimes fixing them, sometimes letting them change us. It's a story of mistakes, repairs, and transformation, a journey written in the language of life itself. Just like typos in writing, DNA mutations come in different forms. Some affect a single letter. These are point mutations. Others involve adding or removing letters, called insertions and deletions. Insertions and deletions can shift the entire reading frame, scrambling the genetic message. A frameshift mutation. Larger mutations can affect big sections of DNA or even whole chromosomes, like ripping out or duplicating pages in a book. These large-scale changes can have serious effects on health and development. Each type of mutation changes the body's instruction manual in its own way. Even the smallest change can have a big impact. Next, let's see how these mutations play out in real life. The effects can be surprising. Even a single DNA letter swap can change everything. Take sickle cell anemia. One letter change in the hemoglobin gene causes red blood cells to become stiff and sickle-shaped. This tiny mutation leads to serious health problems, showing how precise our genetic code must be. Insertions and deletions can be even more disruptive. Our DNA is read in 3-letter words, codons. If you add or remove a letter, the entire message shifts, making the protein recipe unreadable. This is a frameshift mutation, and it usually destroys the protein's function. Frameshifts often cause severe genetic disorders. Point mutations might tweak a protein, but frameshifts can scramble it completely. These small changes show just how fragile and powerful our DNA code is. One tiny error can have massive consequences. So, what causes mutations? Some happen by accident when cells copy their DNA, a natural part of life. Others are triggered by environmental factors called mutagens. Sunlight's UV rays, X-rays, and certain chemicals can damage DNA, leading to mutations. Viruses can also insert their own genetic material, disrupting normal genes. Some mutations are inherited, passed down from parent to child. If a mutation is in an egg or sperm cell, it's copied into every cell of the offspring. That's how genetic conditions like sickle cell anemia and cystic fibrosis are passed through families. Mutations can be spontaneous, environmental, or inherited. They're part of what makes each of us unique. Mutations aren't always bad. They come in all flavors, and they're a natural part of life. Every living thing, from the tiniest microbe to the largest animal, carries mutations in its DNA. Many mutations are harmless, changing DNA in ways that don't affect how our bodies work or how we look. These subtle changes often go completely unnoticed. These are called silent mutations, and they add to our genetic diversity, making each of us unique in small but important ways. Some mutations, though, disrupt important genes and can cause diseases like cystic fibrosis or Down syndrome, affecting health and development. But not all mutations are harmful. Some can actually be helpful, giving individuals an advantage in certain environments. For example, a mutation allowing adults to digest milk gave ancient populations a survival advantage, helping them thrive when food was scarce. Beneficial mutations like this can spread quickly, shaping entire populations and even changing the course of history. Mutations are the raw material for evolution, providing the variation that natural selection acts upon. Every new trait, from bird wings to human brains, started as a random mutation passed down through generations. If a mutation helps an organism survive or reproduce, it's more likely to be passed on to future generations, becoming more common over time. Over millions of years, these changes drive the incredible diversity of life on Earth, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. Without mutations, evolution wouldn't happen. Life would remain unchanged, unable to adapt to new challenges. Mutations are the engine of change in nature, fueling the endless variety and adaptability of living things. With so many possible mistakes, why aren't we overwhelmed by mutations? Our cells have a built-in repair crew, special proteins that constantly scan and fix DNA errors. Mismatch repair acts like a spell checker, correcting typos right after DNA is copied. Excision repair cuts out damaged sections, rebuilding them using the healthy strand as a template. These repair systems are essential. Without them, our DNA would quickly become too damaged to function. Still, repairs aren't perfect. Sometimes mistakes slip through, becoming permanent mutations. Some inherited disorders are caused by faulty repair systems, leading to a higher risk of diseases like cancer. Our DNA repair crew works tirelessly, but even they can't catch everything. That's why mutations are a constant part of life. Mutations are a double-edged sword, shaping the very fabric of life in ways both subtle and dramatic. They can cause devastating diseases, altering lives in an instant, but they're also the source of all life's variety and innovation. Every difference between species, and much of the diversity within a species, began as a random mutation, a tiny change in DNA that can ripple through generations. Mutations let life adapt to new environments, resist disease, and evolve new abilities, fueling the endless creativity of evolution. They're why bacteria become antibiotic resistant, why some people can digest milk as adults, and why humans can walk upright, each a story written in our genes. The same process that causes illness can also drive evolution, pushing life to explore new possibilities and adapt to changing worlds. Life is a balance between stability and change, keeping what works, but always allowing for new possibilities to emerge and thrive. From a single DNA typo to the evolution of entirely new species, mutations are at the heart of it all, driving the story of life forward. They remind us that life is dynamic, built on countless tiny random changes that accumulate over time, shaping everything we see. Mutations make disease possible, but they also make life, and you, possible. Without them, the world would be a far less interesting place.